Would you look at how awesome this axle works? This thing was so simple. I probably have 350 bucks into it. Maybe that's a lot, I don't know. Post, it slips right up into this pocket here. It can't come off, it can't fall off unless we're, you know, bouncing across the field, which that ain't gonna happen. But one thing I'm really excited about, almost as excited about as I am the crane day, I finally get to mow this grass. It's been bugging me, so I'm gonna do some mowing. Now we have so much more room for activities. All right, guys, in no time at all, we're gonna have a crane here. All these containers, not the two that are in frame over here, but the one that I'm standing in and 3 other ones are gonna be up top in probably a matter of a couple of hours. So we're ready. I'm excited. So today is the day that we get to see our full structure finally. So stay tuned, keep watching, subscribe. Tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. Don't tell us what you don't like, just tell us what you like about it and we'll do more of that. We are excited. Today is the day for the crane. by Hillbilly Design here, where we have got one of the floors out of one of these bottom containers. We don't have a working platform for the lift yet, so I just found something that we could strap to it and use for a platform. Doesn't look like the safest deal here, but it's gonna work. It already did work. Used it for something else, so right now we're marking out where the columns go in the upper level so that we can put the last 4 big beams for the roof eye joist. So the next step, other than cutting openings in the containers for doors and windows, the next step is to get a roof on this, to get a lid on the house so that we're covered.
Now, question for you too, when we put the containers yesterday, you guys didn't really do any bolting down of any sort. It's just the sheer weight of it. You don't necessarily.
Wally, the welder, is coming today.
Okay.
And so what he's gonna be doing is he's gonna be fixing so that all this looks nice and so it's welded in. And then we're gonna be figuring out, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a tube steel, like a 2-inch tube steel, which is gonna mimic this top rail of the container. So he's gonna be making frames for all the door openings everywhere out of that 2-inch tube steel. We're going to be measuring, and so that he can start prefabbing that so he can bring it on site and weld that in.
So you're getting a plate cut out to put that in there?
What's that?
You're getting a plate cut out to put it in there and bolt
we're
on?
cutting out the container. So this slips
oh,
in.
okay. Just like down bottom. Okay.
We are placing the very last column. And after this, we have one last beam. So we are extremely close to having our steel done.
Nice.
It needs to come my way, and for some reason it's not.
Just needs to be over just a hair more. What you're saying?
It just needs to come in on the top. One more beam.
What do you think, Lola?
You hit the gas, it'll go a little faster. So, my buddy Wally showed up, and look at what he brought me. He brought me some really cool little brackets for keeping those container edges straight on the slab. So we drill a hole into the concrete, and then this is going to sit in the hole in the concrete, and the container edge is going to come right up to here and rest on top of this. This is 3/8 of an inch thick, so what it does is it holds that container up 3/8 like it's supposed to be in the middle, and then this gives him a spot to weld to keep that container edge, since we cut all the floors out. That's going to hold that container edge from moving on the floor and moving in and out. It's going to lock it into place. Right now we're setting up. We have got this cantilever is sagging probably by a couple of inches, so we are going to lift that up with the lull, get that straight, and then we're going to put the cross supports in upstairs to take that load off of those beams. All right. All right, so we got all this noise going on here. We've got the welder running there. We got this rig running here. It's kind of noisy. But what we're working on now is getting these cross supports to hold that cantilever up. And yes, it makes a huge difference, especially since we are going to be having a patio, a rooftop patio on top of this portion of the house. You need help holding that again? Okay, you tell me where. So while Wally's welding this, I'm supervising to make sure his welds are good. And I'm looking at the pretty blue light. Beautiful. Now it's time for the next two. Got one behind this tree branch and one down over here. That's where it comes together up top. So this is what holds my wonderful cantilever up. All right, guys, the moment of truth. We are going to let this end down, and we're going to see if our Wally's skills hold up the house. Boy and his dog. Woohoo! It dropped. Let's see how much. Well, it dropped. That's not good. All right, so that cantilever dropped. I don't like it. No one likes it, but it might be where we leave it. Not compromising, just. The reason why I'm okay with it is because I know that all that stuff pulled and it's all doing its job. It's sitting the way it's supposed to sit. So I think we're gonna chat about it, but I think our consensus is gonna be that's where we wanna leave it. So I'll find out from Wally. So we've got 1/4 inch lower on that side, 3/8 lower on that side, which it's probably level. So I think it's good where it is. Well, I think we're good. I think I like it. I think to adjust 1/4 inch is gonna kick our butt, and we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna weld this into place, and then we're gonna move on to the beam corners. So we're good. Let's rock it. All right, guys, now is the time for me to tell everyone how much of a genius I am. Not really, but I get lucky a lot. So here we go. I designed this little deal here. The engineer drawings called for this to be anchored down to the floor, but once we cut all the supports and stuff out of there, this basically dropped to the floor, and there's supposed to be a 3/8 gap. So we've got a lot of pressure sitting down on this, so there wasn't really a reason to anchor this to the floor. So what I thought up is just do a little bracket that has a 1/2 inch rod coming out of it, and we drilled some holes 1.5 inch deep, 1.5 inch deep, and so these are just a hair, the hole's just a hair deeper than the pin. So this goes in here, and then we let the tension off and set this down on here, and then weld this right to this little tiny plate here, which keeps our wall straight the whole way down. As you can see right now, it's curved, and so we have to push it out and pull it in as we weld each one in to get this thing lined up and get it straight. This thing really has a lot of tension on it for some reason, and these bottom pieces, when they get separated from the structure, they just start to curl up. So basically we jack it up right here, and then we pull it out, we weld it where it needs to be, and then pull it back in and weld it to the next one, the next one, and the next one. So that's what we're doing right now. We're drilling some holes. They drop in like so. Bada bing.
So everything been coming along today?
It's coming good. It's gonna take a little time. We're just just have to weld the corners of the frames.
Gotcha. And that's just on the outside of it then as well? On the inside you do more? No.
We're just securing all of the containers to the actual beam.
Gotcha. And was he doing some work on the steel beams that you'd put in the middle then as well? No? Oh, okay.
Nope, that's all done.
Perfect. Sounds good. Glad it's going well. Well, Munchkin's having fun on our dirt bike here. Hey babe, how are you? Doing pretty cool.